How good was prime Alexander Hamilton? He wasn't born in America. He wasn't born into wealth. He wasn't even born legitimate. But he helped create the American financial system, wrote most of the Federalist Papers, fought in the Revolution, became Washington's right-hand man, and died in a duel that shook the nation. So here's the question no one asks loud enough. Was Alexander Hamilton, in his prime, the most impactful founder America ever had, even more than Washington or Jefferson? This isn't just a story about politics or banking. This is about how one orphaned immigrant rewrote his fate and helped build a country along the way. Stick around, because the way this man rose and the way he fell might just change the way you look at American history. Alexander Hamilton wasn't supposed to become anything. He was born in 1755 or 1757. Even the year is debated, in the Caribbean island of Nevis. He was the illegitimate child of a Scottish trader and a mother once imprisoned for adultery. At age 11, his father abandoned him. At 13, his mother died of yellow fever in a bed they shared. Orphaned, poor, and alone. He started working as a clerk in a trading post where he gained early insight into global trade, currencies, and ledgers. But he also read voraciously Plutarch, Pope, Locke, and more. Then, a hurricane hit the island. Hamilton wrote an essay describing the storm so vividly, so poetically, that local merchants raised money to send him to America for an education. By 1775, Hamilton was in New York and revolution was brewing. He joined a volunteer militia and proved himself in battle. But his real break came when he caught the attention of George Washington, who made him his aide-de-camp. Hamilton wasn't just a messenger. He was a strategic mind, a diplomat, a military planner, and Washington's most trusted advisor. He wrote countless letters, formed battle strategies, and helped maintain discipline in a chaotic continental army. But Hamilton wanted more than a desk. In 1781, at the Battle of Yorktown, Washington finally gave him command of a battalion. Hamilton led a nighttime bayonet charge, captured key British positions, and played a major role in securing American victory. Can a man of words become a warrior and win? After the war, America was a political experiment in chaos. No central government, no unified economy, no credit, no bank, no plan. This is where prime Hamilton shows up. In 1787, he helped write the Federalist Papers, a series of 85 essays promoting ratification of the U.S. Constitution. Hamilton wrote 51 of them, more than Madison and Jay combined. And he didn't just write them. He crafted arguments that still influence constitutional law today. Energy in the executive is a leading character in the definition of good government. In 1789, Washington was elected president and named Hamilton as the first Secretary of the Treasury. Hamilton didn't waste time. He didn't just draft ideas, he built the blueprint for a nation. As America's first Treasury Secretary, he envisioned a country not of scattered farms, but of cities, industries, banks, and factories. He created the U.S. Mint, established the first national bank, and laid the foundation for Wall Street. His plan to federalize state debt didn't just stabilize the economy, it unified the nation. And in the process, he invented the modern financial system, but not everyone was a fan. Thomas Jefferson called him dangerous. John Adams thought he was deranged. Aaron Burr thought he needed to be stopped. Yet through it all, Hamilton pressed on, founding the U.S. Coast Guard to secure trade and even launching a newspaper, the New York Post, to fight back in print. He wasn't trying to fit in. He was trying to build a future no one else dared to imagine. A national debt, if it is not excessive, will be to us a national blessing, he argued. How does a man who grew up with nothing end up managing everything? But Hamilton's power and confidence made him enemies. His biggest rival, Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson envisioned a nation of farmers, liberty, and local governments. Hamilton saw an industrialized future, strong federal authority, and international credit. The two men clashed bitterly in Washington's cabinet, leading to the formation of the first political parties, Federalists versus Democratic Republicans. Hamilton was accused of being a monarchist, of favoring the elite, of manipulating power. Then came the Reynolds Affair in 1797. Hamilton, blackmailed by political rivals, publicly admitted to having an affair, not corruption, through the infamous Reynolds pamphlet. His personal reputation took a hit, but his political credibility survived. Because unlike others, he confessed publicly and took the blow head on. Can someone be both genius and flawed and still be great? By 1804, Hamilton was no longer in office, but still highly influential. He had helped derail Aaron Burr's political ambitions multiple times, including denying him the presidency in the House and blocking him from becoming governor of New York. Burr, furious, challenged Hamilton to a duel on the morning of July 11th, 1804, on the banks of the Hudson River. Hamilton aimed high, intending not to kill, but Burr aimed straight. The bullet tore through Hamilton's abdomen. He died the next day. He was just 47 years old. Did Hamilton die for his principles or his pride? Let's come back to our question. Was prime Alexander Hamilton a true founding genius or just a reckless opportunist? Let's look at the facts. Born in poverty, but built national wealth. Never elected president, but influenced the presidency more than most who held it. Clashed with nearly everyone, but left behind the most lasting legacy of them all. Hamilton's flaws were as legendary as his talents. He was brilliant, yes, but arrogant, impulsive, and often reckless. He was controversial. He was intense. He was flawed, but he was also the founder who built the foundations. Others dreamed of liberty. Hamilton made it livable. He envisioned America as a global power, not a rural federation, and pushed for banks, infrastructure, credit, commerce, and strength. And that vision, that exact vision, is what America became. Those who stand for nothing will fall for anything. And Alexander Hamilton stood for a lot. If this story inspired you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for people in their primes, where we explore the greatest peaks of the greatest lives. Alexander Hamilton's prime wasn't just powerful, it was revolutionary. Until next time, stay curious.